I actually went to the StubHub Center today, and I saw the new Los Angeles Chargers, their first game against the Miami Dolphins. I went down there. I got to tell you, that might be the best stadium I've seen a football game in at the NFL level, simply because there was only 25,000 people there. I can't believe the Patriots are playing the Chargers on the road. If I could see Tom Brady in a 25,000-seat stadium, that'd be fucking incredible. That's like what the old NFL used to look like. Back before, we outfucked all of those other stadiums. Back before Lady Gaga and fucking Whitney Houston and everybody brought all these other people into the game. All these people who were just like, oh my God, what else happens after the concert? And they started watching football, so they had to build 50, 60, 70, 80, 100,000 fucking seat stadiums. 25,000 seats. I got to see two wily veterans, two gunslingers, Philip Rivers against, what's his face there? Jake Cutler. Is it Jay or Jay Cutler? That's right. Jay Cutler, right? Am I going to say his name right? Jay Cutler. I like it. One guy's a fucking religious freak with 90 kids. The other guy's like, set him up. Let's have another drink. Right? Jay Cutler. There you go. That's right. Jay Cutler. So, fucking San Diego had the goddamn game won. Wait, this is showing me a bodybuilder. Is it Jake? This is the age I'm at now. I don't know anybody's fucking name anymore. Jake Cutler. There we go. Where are we? No, it is Jay Cutler. All right, whatever. This fucking guy, right? He leads his team down the field. They go ahead by 3 points, and then San Diego comes down the field. Philip Rivers, he doesn't give a shit. You think he's worried about a fucking 2-minute offense? This guy's got 9 mouths to feed. Can you imagine having 9 kids? You just come home to a standing ovation. Everybody's freaking. You have a crowd. You have a fucking crowd of kids. How amazing is that? Till they all become teenagers, and then there's a 10 to 15 year period where they hated you, You never made sure that I also got steak, Dad. You always sat down the other end of the table. I wanted to sit closer to you. I think he's going to deal with all of that shit, right? Was a great game. Fantastic fucking stadium. There's not a bad seat in the house. I'm telling you, before they move to some giant monstrosity of a fucking stadium that they're sharing with the Rams, I believe, and it's going to fucking, bankrupt this city. Before they fucking do that, if you get a chance, definitely go to the StubHub Center. It's fucking phenomenal. It's funny. I was sitting there, I was watching the game, and I see this guy flying over in this helicopter, the Robinson 44. During a fucking game, he looks like he's not even 500 feet off the fucking ground. Flies right over the fucking stadium. And I, with my limited knowledge of aviation, realized that when there's a big event like that, it's an automatic temporary no-fly zone an hour before and an hour after the game. I believe that what it is, if not 2 hours before and after, right? And this fucking jerk-off flies right over the fucking stadium. And I'm sitting there with my buddy going, that didn't look like a copper. I don't think you can fucking do that. I'm just a novice, but I do not think you can do that. This fucking jerk-off comes by again. He's on his side showing all the passengers down in it. And then like 2 seconds later, like a police helicopter comes flying over. I don't know if he got in trouble or what. But I don't know. I know some pilots listen to this shit. Like I said, I don't ever pretend to know anything about that stuff. As far as my limited knowledge, you are not allowed to do that. God forbid something happens and then you fucking land on 25,000 people watching fucking Jay Cutler, right? With keg booze coming out of his pores going up against the other guy from Ash Wednesday, right?
Are these Kansas City Chiefs for real?
So I fucking got a taxi on the way down. And then on the way back, I called the car service. And I'm fucking telling this guy, I'm like, meet me at 184 in Avalon. All right? There's a Kentucky Fried Chicken right next to a donut place. Can you fucking meet me there, right? So the guy's like, yes, I go down. I'm like, all right, great, right? So we get down there, right? The game ends. I walk out there. 4:15. He's supposed to pick me up at 4:30. I call the guy up. He's like a fucking city block away. Everything's going good. Then all of a sudden the cops are everything. They're like Uber and Lyft. 192. Walk down to 192, right? And I'm sitting there going, well, I'm not Uber or Lyft, car service. I'm like, these guys are going to fuck with me. So I try and call this guy. I call the guy up. And I keep telling the guy. He's going, okay, I'm a block away. And I'm going, yes, yeah, I forget it. Oh, the Kentucky the KFC. I'm going, no KFC now. No KFC. There's a donut shop right next door. I'm going to walk over, see if you can turn in there. And he goes, okay, KFC. I'm going, no, listen, I'm walking over. All right, forget it. You can't walk into the donut place. I'm going to go down to 192 in Avalon. He goes, okay, the parking lot, KFC. He just kept saying that like a prank show. And I'm literally getting angry, yelling, no, 192 in Avalon into my phone. And like people with kids are turning around looking at me. So I'm trying to put more of a happier tone in my voice. And it's just not working. And he just kept going, okay, KFC parking lot. I go, no, 192 in Avalon. And then I finally go, dude, just repeat it. He goes, yes. I go, repeat what I said. He goes, 192 Avalon. I go, fine. And then like he calls me back, okay, I'm pulling into the donut shop. And I'm going, I finally had to fucking take a picture of 192 in Avalon and send it to the fucking guy. Then he showed up, right? And he was the greatest guy ever. And I was like, all right, you know what? Maybe I got a little emotional. Okay, there's 25,000 people walking up and down the goddamn street here. I don't know what to do here. Maybe, I don't know what. But I will tell you, when I was at the game, KFC, when I was at the game, these people in front of me, I've never seen this before, were drinking, what's that Mexican beer that begins with an M? Begins with an M. It's fucking gold, right? It looks like a trophy. Looks delicious, especially after 32 days of not boozing. So these people in front of me are drinking this shit out of a can, and they had this shit on top. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Is that crushed red pepper flakes? What is it? This guy next to me goes, chili powder. They put chili powder around the top. He goes, I don't like it. I'm like, is that like white people putting a lime in a fucking Corona? He goes, yeah, it's something like that. He goes, I don't really like it. And I was like, well, I got to try that. I mean, not right now. But eventually I'm going to try that. It looked like the shit that you put on, that are the warning tracks of these new baseball stadiums that's sort of sand and sort of rubber. That's what it looked like from fucking far away. So that guy proceeds to get absolutely plastered. And after 3 fucking quarters, he comes back up and yells to the crowd that they stop serving beer at the start of the 4th quarter, and he's yelling about how dumb it is. And that's one of those moments where it's good that I also wasn't drunk, because I would have been like, yeah, buddy, you're the reason. You're the fucking reason they do that, because you can't hold your alcohol. Look at you. You're a fucking mess. So I actually went to this game, and this is like a record for me. I didn't have any booze, and I didn't eat any of the shit food. I had like 2 handfuls of fucking peanuts and drank like 3 waters. That's it. Because I can't be a fat fuck in this thing, So I fucking go downstairs to take a piss, right? And there's this fucking guy just yelling at the police. And there's like 2 cops there, and then there's 3, and then there's 5, and I'm walking by. I go down, I take a piss, and I come back, and there is like half the police force is standing there, and there's this white dude screaming at all of these cops. Screaming, you got to do something. Go up there and do something. Another white guy's yelling. Dude, it was like total white guy moment. Like yelling at fucking 20 cops. He's not getting the shit kicked out of him. And they actually listened to him. They went up and they kicked 2 guys out. And the other guys were like really fucking like, oh, all right. They just sort of left. I don't know what they did. I don't know what the fuck they did. It was the weirdest thing. It was the 2 guys screaming, looking like the ones that were going to get fucking arrested. Like we're demanding that these cops go up and do something, and then they finally fucking did, and they threw these guys out. It's a really bizarre day. But once again, a phenomenal fucking sports experience if you go there. So I apologize. A lot of this shit is going to be all sports stuff. That's kind of what I did this weekend. I kind of hung out with my daughter, and I just watched a bunch of sports.